What up, is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads. We made it to 1,000. We made it to 1,000. All right, as you see, I have the wheel of winning below. I have Kevin Baclage, Silver Rapture, Matt Grosso, Andrew Gradinella, and Jared Keeney. One of you gets this Jerry Jeudy jersey, and I'll reach out to you here. I'll give them like a week to reach out. I know that some people aren't, they don't watch it a ton. So let's say if you are one of these people and you don't reach out for a week, I'm just going to spin it again in a week. I'll erase you and spin it again because I do want somebody to have this jersey. I don't want to just sit at my house for 3 months and all of a sudden somebody goes, hey, I want it. I'm like, no, let's get this show on the road here. All right, before we do the wheel of winning, this whole thing is going to be actually a redraft mock. So I got pick 9, and I just want to go through a mock draft. I want you guys to talk through it with me. I want you guys to look through it, see what mistakes I might be making. I have some definitely debates in my head going on. So that's what we have. I'm hoping I can cut this short in 15 minutes because I think that's the max I can do on this recording. But anyways, so... Oh, also, Patreon. We're getting close. I think we might only have one spot left. So if you want to be part of the league, be a part of it. All right. So let's spin. We spinning. We spinning. We spinning. We spinning. Silver Rapture. Congratulations. Woo! Look at that. Silver Rapture. All right. So... I will be reaching out to you, Silver Rapture. Please reach back out to me as well. You can always comment on this. Congratulations, Silver Rapture. You won a Jerry Jeudy free signed jersey. All right, now let's go to... I think I might have to move my screen a little bit so I can go to the mock draft. All right. So, let's see, I'm going to move this over here. So, I have a... Oh, no. There we go. I'm back. I have a standard stake. This league's been going on for 15 years. We're kind of stubborn with that. I do have a bunch of PPR leagues, but we're just standard. We're 1 QB. We're basic Bs, you can call us. I'm not going to actually say it, but we're basic Bs. 9th position, we have 3 wide receivers. Everything's normal. Let's start the draft up. I've done this on Sleeper too, but I don't know. I was already on Fantasy Pros. I sometimes feel like it's easier. My biggest conundrum right off the bat, no, I don't need to take a tour. I've done this plenty of times. My biggest issue right off the bat is usually we have almost all the good running backs, the tier 1 running backs. What in the world? What? This doesn't make any sense. Oh, they probably go back. Probably 2 QB. Where are we at? Oh, there's the problem. I was like, I have not had Kamara go down to 9. That would have been ridiculous. Okay, that's all good. All right. I was like, how in the world? I was going to say the biggest issue that I've had is usually all 8 running backs are gone or 7 running backs that I like are gone. And I'm stuck with Saquon Barkley, who I had last year. I'm a little bitter from last year because he kind of ruined my redraft. He was part of the problem that ruined my redraft team. So Jonathan Taylor is somebody I haven't really seen go that far, but you can see tier 1, tier 2 is really starting to dwindle. I have a choice of do I go Antonio Gibson, who I like not as much as Jonathan Taylor, but I like him up. He's up there in redraft. I think he's gonna have a really good year. Or do I go? Where's wide receivers? Or do I hit a top wide receiver here? In this case, I'm gonna go Jonathan Taylor. But let me know if you think that's a bad decision. This is standard, so the PPR is not as important through there. And then what happens usually is Adams, Hill, and Diggs are gone. In this case, it is not, but I could see. I'm going to high drafted players so you guys can see it a little bit better. So Diggs, Ridley, Gibson, and I've definitely debated going. Tell me what you think. Going Jonathan Taylor and Gibson and just kind of going into round 3, the end of round 3 with wide receivers at hand, or do I go Diggs, get my wide receiver 1 who's a stud, and then try to take a David Montgomery? It's basically, do I want David Montgomery and let's go David Montgomery and maybe a Terry McLaurin or Allen Robinson, or do I want Diggs? Sorry, do I want Diggs and Montgomery, or do I want Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin, or Austin Eckler and Terry McLaurin? Either way, or Gibson and Allen Robinson. So I'm gonna do Diggs. I feel like that just gives me a little bit more flexibility at this point. I will draft him. Again, it's one of those really, really tough decisions that I've been battling back and forth, and I've done enough mocks, and nothing ever happens the way you want it to. I mean, I could see we're a Vikings, of course, group, so I could even see Devontae Adams falling there. He sometimes falls a spot or two. So now I'm sitting with in my roster. Can I show drafted? I want to see my rosters. So I have Jonathan Taylor. I have Stephon Diggs. I think I keep saying Stephen, but Stephon Diggs. So this leads me kind of running backs. Chris Carson, who I'm not a big fan of. DeAndre Swift's already hurt. Miles Sanders. And this is usually the predicament of, like, I don't really like any of these running backs. I mean, I like Swift out of anybody. But Miles Sanders, I still have some really hard thoughts about him. Darrell Henderson, everyone loves him, but, I mean, he's hurt already. Again, starting off the season hurt is never a good thing, and we don't know if Darrell Henderson can have a good full year. He didn't without Cam Akers there, so we'll have to see. And, yeah, I mean, he's kind of a hit or miss here, Darrell Henderson. Allen Robinson, CeeDee Lamb, like them all, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin. I like all of these. So I almost have to pick my running back first. So I'm going to take DeAndre Swift because I'm going to take DeAndre Swift because I like him the most out of any of those running backs. But I could see him having some issues. Oh, don't you take all my wide receivers. Okay, so that was Allen, Godwin, CeeDee Lamb. That sucked. That really, really sucked. Because that was here. Let's go draft board there. That was a run that I really did not like. Yeah, there was 4 wide receivers. I'd love all 4 of these wide receivers over any of the receivers that are remaining. That was a bet that I kind of failed there. I love Cooper. I love Woods. I love both of them in redraft because they're 1-year guys. Cooper's probably a little bit more risk with injury. I'm not looking at, let's see, tight end here. Mark Andrews there. Kyle Pitts there. It's not one of the big 3. I'm not really focused on that. Josh Allen there. Yeah, I'm going to go Amari Cooper here because I do think Amari Cooper is a safe. I mean, he had 1,100 yards last year. Why not? Let's pick him. I'm not going to go through the entire draft, but I'm gonna try to pick a starting roster here until this thing cuts out. If it cuts out, then I'm just going to go onto my phone here and then finish it up so you guys can see what I finished with. All right, running backs. Mike Davis, Myles Gaskin. Gaskin, I don't even believe is necessarily the starter. Malcolm Brown, I think, is going to fight through there. And I think Salvon Ahmed could be an issue there. This is Javonte Williams loving territory. I think out of any running back that's left, if you look at Raheem Mostert, Ronald Jones, Melvin Gordon, Trey Sermon, if you said second half of the year, who is going to be the RB8, RB9 out of here, I'm going to say Javonte Williams. And this is where I'm likely taking him in the 5th round, late 5th round, because yes, I love Claypool, but if I miss out on Claypool, I can get Jamar Chase, I can get Judy, and probably, I mean, there's 3 wide, so I need Ayuk, Claypool, probably Chase, maybe Judy-ish to fall. One of those to fall. And if they don't, then I'm going to be pissed again. And this is where I'd actually look at the draft board and see what other people are picking too. But the running back and lots of running backs, so I get to pick my wide receiver I like. That was a better bet. Jonathan Taylor, Swift, Javonte Williams. I think my year is going to be better in the second half with Swift, hopefully, or Javonte Williams being that RB2. Diggs, safe. Cooper, little risky. I'm going to go for the big home run. I want Chase Claypool. I love what I've seen so far, and I'm going to take Chase Claypool. And I didn't like any of the other running backs, and this is kind of the problem that. And I didn't even look at tight end, but like I saw a couple tight ends that went right before me anyway. So Noah Fant and the rest of the crew, nothing super special there. Juju, Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is kind of the automatic 1,000-yard guy. Definitely a thought just because he might just get volume. Let's see. Ronald Jones, Michael Carter, James Conner. just looking at all these running backs, the only one I have like any interest in kind of still is Michael Carter. Quarterbacks, I like Herbert, I like Tannehill, I like Brady, I like Stafford, I like them all. So I'm just going to take Michael Carter again, kind of as my like, okay, this is my fourth running back. Probably not going to take anybody else. I say that now, but then maybe I'll find somebody. Juju, I think, just got taken, and a couple others. Which leads me to Debo, Tyler Boyd, Will Fuller. So Brandon Cook's gone, which kind of stinks. I'm between kind of Antonio Brown. Debo is somebody that could be awesome and could be a huge problem. I'm just going to take Debo because he kind of has the same projection as Ayuk, but you just get him later, and you get a little bit more risk with Debo. But again, I think he's somebody that, again, could be. I have a lot of risk on my team with like having Claypool as a player and Debo. But let's see if I want to pick a quarterback at this point. I mean, really, I don't need to. Tight end, still Noah Fant at that point. If I look at the rest of the tight ends, I like Higbee and I like Fant. And that's pretty much about it. And I'm almost okay with going with just Higbee at the end here. I'm just trying to see if there's anybody else I really like. Singletary, Dave Johnson, no running backs really. So we got Michael Gallup, Laviska, who I don't like, but I mean, at this point, why not add the risk factor through there? Or Marvin Jones. I'm actually going to take Marvin Jones. I'm going to just see if I want to see something. This is where I'm going to look at the draft board, see who's got tight ends. I see who's got tight ends. All three teams behind me have a tight end. Mark Andrew, Kyle Pitts, Travis Kelce. So if they take a second one, they take a second one. That's fine. But I'm going to take Marvin Jones. I like him better than Laviska in a one-year type thing. I think Marvin Jones could be a surprise. And look at that. Get Noah Fant back. And I will take Noah Fant. That is sometimes the strategy you have to play. Look at what everyone else is doing and go from there. Not go from there, but wow, Marquise Callaway already taken. So now we are in round 11. I'm going to take Brady here because this is just a spot. Like if I look at the rest of the rest of the people here, Hines. I mean, yeah, that could be the Jonathan Taylor, not even handcuffed, but like if you look at anybody else, like maybe Rashad Penny has a spot. Wide receivers, Elijah Moore. I like Elijah Moore. I love Russell Gage, but I think Tom Brady could have another top year, and if you add him to my kind of team, yeah, maybe I extra ranked Tom Brady, and you drafted him 129. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Steal. And so now I'll go down and see if Russell Gage is still there. This is, again, another kind of high play here, but I think Russell Gage could be more safety. I think he's actually, I mean, he had almost 800 yards last year. One pick inside available. And I probably won't draft my, let's see if I have to draft my defense and stuff, I will. Let's see. Yeah, and that's kind of the spot where to choose your quarterbacks before the, and there's Trey Lance, Giovanni Bernard. It's fun. I'm just kind of going through my head here. I don't really like any of those running backs. Where's the wide receivers? I don't see them. What do I not see? They're like, you cannot draft anymore. So we got Rashad Bateman, who's injured right now. I'm actually going to take, just for the 1 year, ooh, Bryan Edwards is there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take Bryan Edwards. Who knows? He could, again, at this point in pick 14 or 4 or whatever, I could literally, he could be dropped on week 3. If I see that he's hurt or still having issues or it just doesn't mess or he's not valuable at that time, just drop him. All right, let's see. Do I want any quarterbacks? No. This is where I just want to see if I want a good grade. I'm gonna go Colts. I don't even know who they play week 1. This is where I need to see where they play week 1. I just want to finish out my roster. I could just auto draft, but then it would probably screw me on team. Oh, I only got half a minute left, so let's auto draft this thing because this is 15 minutes. So again, we have one thing left. Look at that, 89. Boom, that's my team. So again, last 10 seconds here. This is Marcus Dynasty Fun Dads. But we did a little redraft because I got a draft here coming up this weekend. So just wanted to see. Please comment what you think, what you like. Hey, any other little strategies? All is welcome. See you tomorrow. Peace out. Now turn up.